Hello forest friends! I'm back this week with a new coloring sheet. I actually have a few that we're going to go through. And this week's theme, we're focusing on signs of spring. And I thought it would be really fun to look around our yard and see what kind of flowers are growing in April. So I came to my backyard and you can see I found some wild daffodils. And they're beautiful! So this coloring sheet shows how a daffodil grows. And basically it starts with something called a bulb. So deep under the ground, there's something that's like the size of a potato. And this bulb basically sprouts. Maybe you've seen something like an onion sprout. It grows like big green sort of stems here. And then as the sun shines and as the rain falls, these sort of sprouts begin to form well, I guess a little bit like this. They form like flower bulbs. You'll see. Usually they're a little bit more closed, but these daffodils are, oh here, this one. So deep under there is a bulb that's grown, this beautiful flower bulb, which blossoms into a daffodil. Now inside this daffodil, can you see those little lines right here? Deep inside the heart of the daffodil is called a stamen. So the stamen holds these lines, which are called filaments, and at the very top, anthers. These are covered in pollen. Do you guys know what pollen is? Pollen is like the flower seed. And so I think if it was a sunnier day, or maybe if we sat here for quite a while, we might see some butterflies or some bumblebees come up. And these bumblebees will drink nectar from deep inside the daffodil. And while they're drinking, some of that pollen on the anthers falls onto their feet. And so when the bee's done drinking, it leaves to another flower and it helps spread these seeds, which is great for growing more flowers. But these stamen, or the things that hold the pollen, are on every flower you can see in the trees. I've drawn more flowers here. Let's see. Maybe you could take a look. And we'll do some exploration to look for more stamen in these flowers. Here is a Japanese cherry blossom, and I've made the stamen that are sticking out look like filaments with hearts for anthers. So essentially this stamen is full of pollen, which is lovely for helping other flowers grow, and it helps our trees that have flowers on them produce fruit. So this coloring sheet, we're gonna go search for maybe some cherry blossoms. We've found the daffodil. I do not have these in my backyard, but maybe you do, so let me know, okay? Let's go search for more flowers. Hello friends! I found one of our fruit trees is starting to bud, and these little buds hold really small flowers in them right now, and they're just gonna start to open up as the weather warms up and the end of the month draws near. We're probably gonna see these fully opened. And what I have done for you is drawn out a magnolia tree opening up from bud to blossom. And I'd love to know if you guys have any magnolia trees in your backyard. If you don't, keep an eye on any of your trees right now, especially fruit trees. They're gonna start to blossom. So go ahead and color this guy in. Let me know how it goes. Last but not least, we have a cherry tree blossoming in our yard, and it smells beautiful. If you have one of these trees, be sure to stand underneath it for a couple minutes. It's a great spot for a sit spot. smells so good. So if you take a closer look, this tree is covered in buds and blossoms. And inside the flower blossoms, we have the stamen. So the stamen is the part with the filament, those lines or those stems, that's topped up with an anther. And that's the yellow bits, which are covered in pollen. And if you wait patiently, you're going to see some bumblebees coming up close and drinking the nectar in those flowers. And the anther shakes off some pollen onto their feet so that bees can help pollinate other trees or other flowers and plants. And it basically helps our trees that produce fruit to produce fruit. So pollination is great, and it's awesome when we have bumblebees just doing all this work of carrying pollen from flower to flower. It helps all these trees thrive and grow. And so, like I said, this coloring sheet's available for you guys to look for these flowers, color them in, and I have a little project I'm going to show you. So give me a second. I gotta do some painting. Okay friends, I finished painting all the flowers I could spot outside, and with the daffodil picture, I wrote in words that might be encouraging or kind, thoughts like I love you or peace, joy, and so you can go ahead when your paint dries, or if you're coloring when you're done, write some words that you find kind or happy or joyful. And then when you're ready, you're gonna need mom or dad's help, or maybe a big brother or big sister. And we're gonna take some scissors out and practice using our scissors. And we're gonna cut out all of these pictures. And I have a fun little project for them. So let's get started. Okay friends, make sure you check with Mom or Dad if it's okay you put flowers up in the window. But the idea is after you're done cutting out all those April flowers, to tape them up. And that way maybe your friends or your family or your neighbors can see some kind messages of spring and joy just up through your window. It's a good time to practice what order does the bulb go from bulb to flower, and it's good to practice naming all your April flowers. So I have a magnolia, a dogwood, daffodil, some Japanese cherry blossoms, a tulip, and a magnolia and daffodil once again. So I'd love to see your windows. I'd love to see all the flowers you create. You can add more, you can make your own. Be sure to let us know on the Facebook or the Instagram page. We want to see what kind of art you guys create. Really miss you. We'll see you later.